All right, today is Thursday, June 4th, and the market had a lot of big gainers today. I'm looking right now, over 45%. I count maybe like over 10 stocks. The Dow Jones was only up 11. It was back and forth. Major swings today. S&P 10 minus 10, Nasdaq minus 67, small caps minus 5. VIX is 25.73. Commodities, gold went up 17.23. Oil 37.34. Let's take a look at TMDI. Yeah, the gap down, double gap down. 25 cents found support. Actually went as low as like 12 cents on this stock. 86 million today. Busted through this gap. Entering second gap, almost at 150. Let's see here. COVID-19 impact on medical robots, urology markets to show incredible growth by 2027 with major players like Intuitive, Surgical, Stryker, and Titan Medical. So this had news and it just took off. Float was 56 million, not real low, but it didn't even matter. So when you have a gap fill and then you have a second gap fill, that is a really strong stock. And look what this did. This had to move pre-market. Little fake out here. You thought maybe it's going to keep going and a pullback, but see, it didn't pull back a lot. When you trade stocks, give it room. When you see a pullback here, don't panic. A lot of people, like newbies, are going to panic. They're going to see it at 58 cents. Oh, it's coming back. It's going through. Give it a stop here. This is 58. You can give it to 50 cents. That's why I use smaller size. If you see and your losses are big, whatever, 300, 400, 5,000, whatever, then lower your size. And then you can wait for these moves up. Look at this. Move the one, then fade it, but not a lot. Found support at 75, another quarter. We always say 25.57, half quarter, a dollar. And it took off late here. It's really weird for a penny stock to move late. Usually they'll like either go up throughout the day or fade. So this was a strong move. Watch for tomorrow. We'll see what this does, if this has legs to get up there. CIDM. This had a double bottom at 70, then took off today, gap and go. Yesterday was the volume sign. When you see that volume, this is a nice almost pyramid play call. You go up, then come down. And this had over 250. There's your line, pre-market. Whatever these candles do, that's where your line is. So that's your first move. That's your first move and it stops. So there's 250. So now you have a line of resistance. 250 took off, and there you go. There is a big gainer. It's holding nicely here. We'll see what happens. VISL. This came long ways down, sideways towards 9 cents. Oh my gosh, someone got this at 9. You're a genius. You took a chance there. It's a 114 gap and go. Went up as high as 154. This was a little bit of a tougher trade. You have a line here, then really broke up pre-market. And then this was a nice line here, right over 96. You had a dollar ahead. And see this? The lows were getting higher. And this broke up. And then put in a candle here. But it was a nice game if you played that. LUB. This is another gap and go. This broke over 89 cents. Took off to 182. Great volume today. This move was pre-market. Put in this tough candle here. See this wick? And then I tried to make a move right near the open and fade it. This is a tougher trade. A lot of like edgy moves here, not really giving true signals. XSPA. Had this before. We talked about. This is like last week. See, it came up. Nice little U shape here. Broke over your previous resistance, $1. and then took off 189. So this was a nice long play. A lot of these stocks, the previous few weeks, you want to keep on hold if you want to, just write them down, take a look at them because they will move eventually. At least how they've been playing lately. This took off pre-market. This was really tough here. This move right here, look at this, came straight down. But it doesn't matter. If you were playing it here, definitely get out here. Once you see a red candle here, that's a nice gainer. HTZ, you had over $1 Hertz in bankruptcy, then 180, and fading down. This is a nice long play. Could this fill this gap? Possibly. This could go, watch for 2+ here. Maybe we'll see what happens. DLPN, another gap and go. See, another day. Look at the previous day. This was a sign maybe something's up here, and it was. So this was over 125, and then these tough wicks here. And then this broke up to 225 and faded down. This is a tougher trade too. Some of these gap and goes are tough. They don't give a clear line to trade. KZR, 20 million gapped up. We had over 750 and then 8 line and took off. Came back up, tried again, and faded down. This is a nice long though on the open. TRXC, you have a big gap here. So this tight symmetrical triangle. And today, 26 million in buy-in, broke up. 75, maybe this sees $1. Let's see here. So you have good volume like that. This really held well too. Oh, look at after hours. Yeah, it's crushing here. This is at 95 cents. This one's $1 roll. We're up here right now. This might though make the move pre-market and after hours today, so watch that. LK, this is a good day trade. 286 million. This is really nice off of 284. Look at this. Held up all day till late in the afternoon. Rose, this is over 50 cents. Might see 75 here, this little gap here. Nice volume showing. ANTE. This has a massive wick here. Look at this. Up, never held. It wasn't really great volume. AAL, American Airlines, tight wedge down. And then this is breaking up here. That is a big candle for American Airlines. 393 million in volume. Look at that. That is incredible breakout for this stock. I don't know where this is going to go tomorrow. I don't think it's going to do this again. Maybe fade back. We'll see though. Maybe it'll keep going. This is a strong move though. You can see the long-term trend here. VTEA. David's T Incorporated. So you draw a line right here. So this was going to lower highs each time. See this bouncing and really exploded today. 4.7 million. Was there news on this? I've seen the news on trade ideas. It could be news though. Anyway, this had a great move up on that. This is the one I called a few days ago, SMHI, the tightest of wedges. Look how tight this is when you draw your lines. And it's going to explode up. When you see it this tight, eventually it'll move. And look, held at 150. This was your candle here to watch out for. And the next day, look at this, 2.3 million exploding up. We're at 250. This is holding pretty good. This can keep going. We might go to 3 here. You have a 3 line. That's an extra line. Watch for 3 tomorrow. Penny plays. RLH. This had a nice move. Really sideways. 265. Could look 3. This is a big gap up here. Over 379. AMPY, you have nice little, the low's getting higher here. Here, it's starting to roll up. See this higher. You have one support. Really broke today. See stair-stepping volume? It's getting higher right here. It's at 184, and there's a little gap here. This could go to 2 plus 212. So I like this long. This is oil and gas, which I keep saying oil's going to 40. Excuse me. There's a gap at 40 on oil, crude. There's like, a gap in between, and it's still looking strong. Top. It's had a nice, look how this is getting higher and higher on the lows. It's a really nice move. Then you have 546, the open gap. AEX, Holdings, Business Services. Let's see here. So you have a line right here, it looks like. It is about 350, just slightly below 350. Let's see here. And then you have, it's trying to break up here. We'll see if this moves here. See this? And we can go up here. There's a nice gap here to 385. I like the volume here. I mean, not a lot of volume, but it shows increasing volume. Hallmark Financial Services just is trying to make a move here. Let's see. All right, here you go on this. I like this. This is a descending triangle. See, the top part's getting lower, but this is holding. So this held at 230, 220, 232. And then we're breaking out right here. Look at this volume. Not a lot of volume, but compared, it normally does like 255,000, starting to break up here. That's a good sign. NCTY, this is a real strange chart. Once they go up with all these wicks, but it's being pushed back down. CCLP, this is another chart, 1.1 million in volume. Let's go here, you draw your lines. Starting to come up here. Look at this, 50 cents. Look at these candles, 82. See if this gets to $1 tomorrow. Maybe a $1 roll. SHFS. This is trying to get to us 50 cents. Penny play. ASNA. Watch towards the break at 240. SRG. I called this. This has retracement. Excuse me. Trying to get to 23.6 retracement. It's at 1229 right now. Broke this trend line. See this? You're going up now. 3.9 million. You have a line right here. It's 1274. It's going strong. We'll see what happens here. On these stocks, like breaking out, and there's no real pullback yet. So that is the issue. Play breaking out. Dave and Buster's. EMAN is held 50 cents and went right up today. IVR. Just had a tight wedge here. See this? More of a symmetrical triangle. And the lows held. It kept getting higher. See 250, 275, 359. Has 34.6 million in volume. And this is a nice breakout candle. This isn't even at the 23.6 Fibonacci level yet. Your next move would be, 4 full number, and then you have this 475. This is a Investo Mortgage Capital Incorporated. This is a REIT, real estate REIT. There's a lot of REITs that have been oversold. Like you have real estate, you have like the mall REIT, the shopping centers, commercial real estate. So this has been pummeled down. It's trying to come up here. ENT, I called this. I said yesterday, watch this going sideways. Look at this volume breaking up now. PVAC. This is another one. Penn VA corporate energy sector, oil and gas. Look at this. Filled this gap right here over 1091. Look at this going up. Look at that volume. So in these plays at bottom of these oil plays, they sort of grind it up. A little move here, then a real big move. Then look where they all come back. See, this is where you got to draw on your trend line. See, the lows kept getting higher. It just held this trend line. It doesn't have to be exact, but it kept going. CETX, this came back the last 2 days. Look at this, 215 now came back. 12.5 million in volume. Save, Spirit Airlines, another one. See it? 1, 2, third touch just broke out. So from the lows here, the low was 725. We're at 21. So it's like 3 times from 7. We're at 21 now. 103 million in volume, incredible. These are too hot. They have to come back. They're just not going to keep going up here. I mean, I guess anything's possible. You know, like when this came down, this has got to cool off. But something in the news has to bring this back. PEI, Pennsylvania Real Estate Investment Trust. This is another one. 141. You have 2 lines here, 2 candles, trying to get to 150 plus. You have a gap here to 2. This is looking very strong. I like how too stochastics moving higher. CDR, Cedar Realty Trust. Look at this. Look at these candles. This exploded up today. 1, 2, 3. That's why a lot of times 1, 2 on a third touch they'll break. EGY. This is energy. See here, you have a line right up here. This is not exact here. This doesn't really line up. I'll put it like here. So this is breaking out here. So you had one massive touch here. They kept touching close here, and then it broke up today. On 1.1 million in volume. Go keeps going. Load. Pump. Let's see what else we got here. MFA. This is a financial real estate REIT diversified. Here it is, another symmetrical triangle coming down, grinding up here real slow, 150s, like 10-cent increments, 53 million in volumes at 232 today. That's a nice candle for a stop. I would watch towards these 2 levels, or 250 would be next. Let me draw a retracement on this one. This is Fibonacci retracement levels. So on this, you want to put to the bottom. See on this, because it eventually broke down, put it at its highest peak before we broke down. So let's see if I can fit this somewhere here. Right about there. So this is your Fibonacci retracement. So we get over 23.6 now. Next level will be up here, 38, 15, 61. So this is a ways to go. Just getting started. MYSZ. I call this for the dollar break. And there it is today, 2.7 million on my other videos. ALTM, this looks interesting. Here we have, let's see if I draw a line here. Here's support here. And then the line here, this one's tougher. It looks like about here. The touching lines. So 50 cents. This is finally breaking up 75. We could see $1. And then we have over 129 would be fill that gap. AHT. This is Ashford Hospitality Trust, another REIT. Just trying to break it over 89 here, maybe $1 roll. There you go, HA. I called this way back when it was like 13. I didn't play it. I should have kept this for a swing. A nice candle, I never get in. Then look at this. It just started to grind up. We had 1 touch, 2 touch, 3. This one was on the 4th touch. So this kept going up, and then 1946. Look at that candle. And look at this on the way down from March. This was as high as like 30, dropped to 765. So all these stocks are moving now. 30, 765. What's 37? Like 37, 18. So this is like 50% retracement at this point. WMC, Western Asset Mortgage Capital, is trying to come up here. We have a tight move here. It's finally breaking out. This is just getting started, so I like this one. This could go towards 3. ENTR, there you go. Down, down, coming up, 199, almost 2. HT's breaking out as Hershey Hospitality Trust. It's breaking over here. This broke over 565, almost 7 now. There you go. I called GIII, Parallel Group. I said the break over 12. This was easy. Right over 12. Look at this. Get down, took off. I like on these that are breaking out. Usually you'll get a move up and then I'll come down, retrace, and test that resistance point. Well, it's now support. We'll see if it does that. This is on the real estate REIT. Looks like it looks a rep too soon. Let's see here. All right, this is tight, tight, breaking out now. This is coming up, watch towards 3. So I like this. This is a nice long, it's just getting started too. Penn has been a beast. This is Penn National Gaming. Look at this. Came down. This was as low as 375. Imagine at 37 now, you're retired by now. It's incredible. Look at this going. That's just an amazing breakout. UAL, even United Airlines are breaking out. We're not sure how far these are going to break out. He's going to keep going, or maybe to see this little pullbacks, maybe little pullbacks, or a strong pullback. No one knows at this point. WPG, watch towards $1. This is just getting started too. I like this little increased volume here. TDS keeps going. This is drilling. JetBlue, look at JetBlue. Another triangle play. The airlines, they're moving now. Everything's moving off the bottom. So you had casinos, you had REITs are starting to move, airlines, cruise lines. And this is just taking off. You have to move back, move up. I like to see them move back. See, and then putting your line. If that holds there, then you know it's a strong uptrend. RWT, Redwood Trust Incorporated. Look at this. This is coming up too. Taking off. This could hit this wick here. Watch for maybe 8. UAVS. This is getting started at 150. Look at this. Coming up the triangle. This is the ascending triangle breakout. NYMT, this is coming right over 261. Broke up to 275. Watch for 3 on that. PTEN, this is in the classic breakout. Filled the gap. PLYA, this is Playa Hotels Resorts. And breakout 250, this is taking off too. It's called a runaway breakout at these points because it's running away. There's no even pullback in some of these stocks. GPMT, it's a mortgage trust. This is coming out too. Veritone, oh my God, look at this stock. There's a wedge again, and look, this thing broke out past the wedge now. That's how incredibly strong it's been. This was $1. It's at 13. RGB, Red Robin, Gourmet. This is breaking out over 16. We have a move here, move here. This looks like a strong breakout. Dow's breaking out, Delta. Cal, CAL. Draw a line here. This is still going up, maybe towards 10. KOS, Cosmos Energy, look at this. Now they continue. This is a small penny play. It's on fire. PTN, Russell. NOVN has a big gap here. This might eventually do something here. It's starting to heat up. SLCA is moving. Look at SIG. We talked about SIG breaking out. Look at this. 2 big candles. It's on fire. SKT, Tanger Factory Outlet. Eventually get over this line. So this was almost like 1, 2, 3, the 4th touch. And this really took off. Right here from about 6 to 8. CEN, Center Coast MLP Infrastructure Fund. This is weird. I don't know what this is exactly, but let me draw a line here. Let's see what's doing with this one. So this is over 150. Look at this right here. This is going to break 150. There's a lot of potential in that. ENBL, Enable Midstream Partners, breaking out, ascending triangle again. Answorth Mortgage, ANH. This is breaking out over 180. Let's see, at 1, 2. We'll see if this breaks out here, comes back, and then maybe a 3rd touch. BNGO, we call this possible breakouts, moving. BKYI, over $1. I'd like to see how does this lows holding here, this line. So this has potential to roll right over one. This might do one of these moves. It has that look. And look at the other days. These are the 2 volume spike days. Jets is moving. This is a US Global Jets ETFs. SVC, Service Properties Trust. This is over 7. And this is breaking out right here. We'll see if this pulls back to that line. Maybe not. Might not even go that far. We'll see. PMT. PennyMac Mortgage Investment. This is breaking out. Look at that. Huge breakout. CLNY, Colonial Capital, is making a huge move. OIS, look at this. We talked about this back in end of May. Look, this is breaking. It's just moving on big volume. Now there's no pullback on these. That's the scary part. So if you want to hold these long, I mean, it depends how long you're playing it, because these might pull back here and then come back up. They're not going to just go keep going straight like that. Or they could. That's the thing. We don't know. Some stocks have done that. So, all right, let's take a look. Let's see what else is down here. BGCP, finance, 1, 2. This is trying to get over here, over 325. That'll probably break out next. Cheesecake Factory, NBR, look at that, breaking out. Watch over 45. Here's another one I call TLRD. Remember the wedge? The wedge equals it's going to break up. And it's right here at 150 here, breaking up nicely. HLX, this is breaking up. Helix Energy Solutions. Another, ever since the May 14th date, all these are breaking up here. The problem is how far they're going to go before a pullback. We don't know. We just need one little bad news in the market and these things will come crashing. So that's the scary part. NCLH, Norwegian Cruise Line Holdings, look at this. Touch, this is breaking out even. All right, that's good on that. Let's take a look at some other stocks. CDEV, they said the first move. Now we're trying to get over 125. It's looking strong. What else we got here? Just take a look at some REITs, or not REITs, ETFs. DFENs, Drexion, Aerospace and Defense Bulls. This was in a nice little channel for a while. It's breaking up. It's not even at 23.6 fibs yet. So this is a great chance to go to 20 plus, 2154. TNA. TNA has a channel. I have two lines, but then I formed from the 14th. It looks like a rising wedge. So I'm not sure which is going to be right here. If this is a channel, it'll probably fall back to 25 if we get a pullback. Right now it's looking over 29.52. So that's looking good. TQQQ is on the channel here. Look at UDOW. See, this looks like, it definitely looks like a rising wedge. Rising wedge means it's going to drop. But it's just, it's hovering right here going up. That's the scary part. It's very high on stochastics. Can't get much higher than that. FAS is another one after the breakout. See, this did have a mini pullback. It just broke out. It was very small. I like a stronger pullback and then bounce again. But we'll see what happens with that. Let me see. Soxel. This is breaking up. This is looking towards almost 190. That's been strong. The SPY. You see this wedge is getting tighter and tighter. I don't like that. I don't like to see that. But then if you take this out and put this line in, it's still in a channel. So maybe this will drop all the way back to 61.8 fibs, maybe 300. It's running 97.09. You can't get much higher on stochastics. Look how high this is. Overbought's like 80. This is at 97. So it's a red hot. Dow Jones had a line here. So this doesn't really connect with anything. That's why I'm still putting it, looks like here. This has the touches here. And then this is going up here. So this is above the line now, which is odd. So this might come back down a little bit. We'll see if that happens in Dow Jones. NASDAQ. There's a NASDAQ extremely tight here. I don't like this at all. This looks like another rising wedge. This looks like this is going to come here and then crash down. I'm not sure though where. This might come back a little bit, maybe 9,000. 61.8 would be 8,600. Just like when we rode up back here, and back in October, and then it's eventually crashed. But what's going to make this crash here? I'm not sure. Another virus outbreak? Something else in the news? Bad financial news? This clearly looks like something's going to happen here. Like we said, we always can predict by charts. The chart's telling you something's going to make this crash. But I'm not sure. We'll see what happens here. All right, so that's basically it for now. Let me see oil. Oil's been hot. Light sweet crude. So you had here, this is a reverse head and shoulders. Remember this went down? It's not showing here. It was like minus 40. So this is your head, shoulder, shoulder. Now it's coming back up. This has been a nice move. Get sideways for a few days, maybe a week, and it's really taking off. And I still like this gap here. Looking towards 41, 40 plus the 41. Oil continues. See in the weekly. Look how this bounced in the weekly. Stochastics. Look at this, nice uptrend. And we're out of all this downward movement. It's completely up, 41 plus. I mean, if this is strong, this could go 45, 50, maybe at the top we get a 60. Only because look at the downtrend since 09. Every high in this line has been lower, 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 lower. So I don't see this going much further than 55, 60, but if it did, that's a great run. It still has more to run then, basically. Let's see the monthly. See, monthly is just getting started here. A nice crossover, stochastics. See the line right here too at 45. So we'll see here. But you see here, look. See, it's getting lower and lower each time. It's lower. Still means it can go up though by what? Maybe 55, 60 though. All right, that's it. Another day is gone. Please subscribe to the channel and like. And we are finished for today. Peace, everybody. Peace out.